Hello, welcome. My name's Graham Large and this is my YouTube channel. If you visited the channel before, you'll know that I've been doing a series of fictional short stories, all that feature people who've been healed by Jesus. And sadly, this is the last of that short series. It's not the end of content on this channel, so why not subscribe and keep up to date with the content that I post on here. Before I start this story, I'd like to thank my sister Andrea Leeson, who's provided the illustrations for this series, illustrations that capture perfectly the stories. Thank you, Andrea. So let's hear the story from the point of view of Malchus. My name is Malchus and I'm a servant of the high priest Caiaphas. I would say that I'm quite well respected in the temple inner circle. It seems that I'm always at the high priest's beck and call. Do this, Malchus, or go there, Malchus. But for all that, I'm very well looked after, and I do get to hear the latest gossip from around the temple. Just lately, things have been getting a bit tense here in Jerusalem. The priests in the temple have been getting very upset about a teacher called Jesus. He seems to be the leader of a mob who are proclaiming him as the new king, the Messiah. Just the other day, they held a large parade and marched into Jerusalem, throwing palm leaves into the road in front of him. I saw them enter through the city gates. And of all things, he was riding a donkey. I reported back to Caiaphas, who laughed out loud and exclaimed, "A donkey! He was riding a donkey! The might of the Roman Empire must be quaking in their boots at the thought of this king who rides on a donkey." However, his mood had quickly changed since he realised that this uprising was gaining momentum. There have been many meetings among the priests. Some of the people do not believe the claims of Jesus or his mob, so they've started telling the Pharisees just what Jesus has been doing. So the Pharisees have started plotting to kill him. After all, if the Romans get to hear about all the blasphemous claims, then the position that we all hold will be taken away. It'd be better that he dies than that for that to happen. It would be fair to say that not all the priests are against this Jesus fellow, and I believe some are secret followers of his. They don't say so much, but for some reason they do not support killing Jesus. We all believe they must have tipped Jesus off, because he seems to have disappeared. We've searched high and low for him, but we are sure he is not in the city of Jerusalem. However, we have our spies out who are on the lookout. We are ready for him if he returns. We are busy sharpening swords and knives in preparation, and we've made many torches. Caiaphas has said that we will take him at night before the mob hears about our plan. So, it's just a case of waiting for this Jesus to reappear. Our best guess is that he will try to come into the city for Passover and cause all sorts of mayhem. But as I say, we are ready for him. The story goes on a few hours later. We've just had a breakthrough. You remember I was telling you about that fellow Jesus? Well, a few minutes ago, one of his followers has met with a group of the priests. He says he's willing to take us to where Jesus is. Apparently he will be alone because he often goes to a quiet place to talk to God, which all sounds a bit weird to me. The supporter's name is Judas, and he claims to be one of Jesus's closest friends. Some friend. He's demanded 30 pieces of silver to betray his friend. Hardly a king's ransom, is it? The Pharisees have put together a small army of troops and us servants to capture Jesus. The plan is for Judas to lead the way, and when he sees Jesus, he will kiss him and then we will step in. Hopefully everything will be done and dusted before the mob has time to rescue him. I look around and there is excitement in the air. The Judas character seems to be keen to get to where Jesus is and to get the deed done. So as not to attract too much attention, we only set light to our torches once we have left the city walls. I'm walking just behind the leaders. Behind me I can hear people talking to each other. One person is singing a Hebrew folk song. There's a bit of a carnival atmosphere until one of the priests turns around and tells us in no uncertain terms to keep quiet. The mood changes as we edge towards the capture site. It's a bit chilly out here, and all around me the rising cloud of people's breath. The tongues of fire from the torches illuminate our way, and insects dart in and out of the light. But it's the silence that I really notice as we make our way ever forward towards the prey. Judas holds his hand up and we all stop. He whispers to the lead Pharisee. Just ahead I can make out a small group of people, and Jesus is one of them. With the amount of people we have, the task of taking him will be easy enough. Apparently, this Judas fella will go over and kiss Jesus, and the troops will then move in. We move forward towards a small group, but they make no attempt to run away or escape. My first thought is, are we walking into a trap? But there are hundreds of us. It looks to me as if they are expecting us. Judas walks forward and kisses Jesus. They speak briefly, but I cannot make out what is said. Jesus then walks over to where our leaders are stood. He seems calm, I can't explain it. Then he asked, "Who are you seeking?" The guy in front of me answers, "Jesus of Nazareth." And Jesus says, "I am he." The whole crowd of troops, priests and servants, seem to take a step back. This is really strange. I fall to the floor. I cannot help myself. One moment I'm standing upright, waiting to pounce. The next moment I'm lying on the ground. I look around and everybody else has fallen to the ground. "What just happened?" one of the troopers asks. "Why are we lying on the ground?" Slowly we get to our feet. Jesus once again asks, "Whom are you seeking?" And the trooper replies, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus says, "I have told you that I am he. Therefore, if you seek me, let these go their way," as he points to his supporters. Then I see a flash of steel as the blade travels in a downward curve towards my head. I manage to jerk my head to the side, but not quite quick enough. The sword connects with the side of my head. At first I feel nothing, and then a warm trickle of liquid down my neck, and then a stinging pain. I touch my neck and then look at my hand. It's scarlet, and for a moment I don't understand why. Then I realise this is blood, my blood. I feel really lightheaded and gingerly touch the side of my face. Where my ear was, now there seems to be some sort of flap. Then I realise it's my ear, just hanging by a thread. My knees buckle as I try to work out what is happening. My first instinct is to try and prepare myself for the attack that is sure to come from the mob who must be in waiting. But all that is happening is Jesus has my head in his hands. He's looking straight into my eyes and I'm returning his gaze. All I can feel is a great peace coming upon me. Jesus puts his hand on the ear that is dangling in mid-air and places it back into position on my head. He smiles and steps back, and the crowd take him away. They've arrested him and they take him away. I touch my ear. It's joined to my face. I feel for the blood. There is none. Have I dreamt the whole episode? But I know I haven't dreamt anything. This is real. Jesus of Nazareth has just healed me. I fall to my knee as I realise what a terrible mistake that I and everyone else has made. This is the Son of God. This is the Messiah. Thank you for listening to today's story, which, as I said, is the last in this short series, but there'll be lots more on this channel very, very soon. If you want to read this story in the Bible, it comes in John chapter 18 verses 1 to 12, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And why not start reading the Bible and get to know Jesus and all the things he's done for you and for me. Once again, thank you, and I hope to see you again on my YouTube channel. Bye for now.